Hi guys, I'm Charles and this is Major Learning. So for today's video, I'll be showing you how to use database. This is for beginners. If you have never been to a database class, then this is the place to be. So I'm going to be using my SQL app. Here it is, as you can see. So let's get started. There we go. Let me type my password real quick. There we go, and you are ready to start. So first things first, if you want to create a database, you must check the databases in the machine you are using so as not to create one that already exists. So if you want to know the databases in your machine, just type show databases. And then you must always put a semicolon so as the command can be executed, or else it will just go the next line. Yeah, so always put a semicolon. There we go. You can see the databases in my machine. These ones just came with the app, the Sakila, the SYS, the World, MySQL. They just came with the app. So let's create our first database. To create a database, it's pretty easy. Just type in create database and then the database name. So for our first database, we can call it school. School is great. School. There we go. Let's create another one. Create database hospital semicolon. Yeah, now we have two databases. We can check if they exist. Show databases. As you can see, hospital is there and school is there. So if you want to delete a database, just type drop database and then the database name. Let's drop hospital. Now you can check if it exists. Show databases. As you can see, hospital no longer exists. We have deleted it. So we want to use school. If you want to use school, as you can see, we have a number of databases, so you must specify what you want to use. So for us, we will be using school. So type in use school, semicolon. There we go. Now we have school. If you want to check the number of tables, if you want to check the tables in your database, just type show tables, semicolon. As you can see, it's an empty set. Why? We haven't created any tables. So let's create our first table. Creating a table, it's so easy. It's just like creating a database. Just type create table and then the table name. Let's call our students. That is great for a school. Okay. Now you want to put in whatever will be in your table students. So first don't put the semicolon, open brackets. Now in students, we want it to have the registration number of the students. Now you can see between the registration and number I've put an underscore sign. That is because the database, if you leave a blank space, you'll get an error message. You must put something there, the underscore sign. So the registration number, the registration can be an integer or a character depending on which school, which type of school. So for mine, I'll just put it as a character. So if it's a character, you have to type varchar. This is what that represents a character. Then you'll give the number of the limit, the number of the characters in the registration number. You can type in 20, close bracket. Yeah, that is our registration number. The registration number can also be our primary key. Primary key. This is the unique identifier of the student because the registration numbers can never be the same. Primary key, and then it should not be null. When filling it, you should always have something in it, should not be null. There we go. Then comma, comma, and then we can have the name of the student. Name of the student, the name is also a character. So Vaka, let's give it about 25. Yeah, and then should not be null. We should know the name of the student, not null, comma, and then we have the contact of the student. Contact is an integer, the number, phone number. And then we have the age. Age is an integer, age of the student too. Yeah, so close bracket. And then the semicolon. There we go. We have created our first table. If you want to check the table, you can just, now we can type show tables. You can see we have our first table. Let's create another table called workers. Create table, table name, workers. So open bracket, and then workers don't have a registration number, but you can give them numbers. So worker 1 is number 1, worker 2, number 2, like that. So I can just type in ID. ID is an integer, and then it's our primary key. Since the first is number 1, the second is number 2, they can never be the same. It's our primary key. There we go. And it should not be null, not null, and also should have auto increment. Auto increment. This means if the first worker is given number 1, ID 1, the second one should not have the same ID 1, should have ID 2, the third one ID 3, like that. Auto increment. Yeah. So comma, and then the name of the worker, give it 25. Yeah. Also should not be null, not null, comma. The contact, it's an integer, then so comma, and then age. Age is an integer too. Close bracket, then semicolon. There we go. We have created our second table. If you want to check the table, show tables. There we go. You can see we have our two tables. If you want to see how whatever you have written is arranged, just type describe the name of the table you want. You can describe students. You can see the field, the type, key, default, extra, like that. You can see we have the registration number, name, contact, age. That is our first students. So if you want to delete a table, I know it's easy. Just type drop table and then the table name. Let's drop workers. Workers. There. We have deleted it. You can just type in show tables. You can see workers is no longer there. So we want to fill in data in our table students. If you want to fill data, you type insert into students. Students. Which fields do you want to insert? Yeah, we want to insert in the registration field, registration number field. Yeah, comma. We want to fill in the name field, comma. We want to fill in the contact, comma. I want to fill in the age. Close bracket like that, and then now the values. Type in values, then open bracket. Now for registration number, give your registration number. For example, SCSUT. That is my registration number. So yeah, another thing I've remembered before I forget, if it's a character, it should be in either single quotation or double quotation. So let's put it in single quotation. Yeah. Don't forget, if it's a character, should be in quotation. Both single or double could work. Yeah, there we go. And then comma. The name is a character too, should be in quotation. So Charles, yeah, comma, and then our contact there. Contact is an integer and age is an integer too. So close bracket, then the semicolon. There we have it. We have inserted data into our table. If you want to check the data in our table, you just type in select, then the asterisk sign or the star, whatever you call it, and then from table name students, semicolon. There you see our data is filled in. So let's insert some other data. Insert, just repeat the whole sentence. Insert into students, then open bracket, the registration number, then the name, then contacts, then the age, close bracket, then values, then open bracket. Now let's give in the values. So we can type in that is a registration number for a second student, then comma, the name, you can give him Ian, Ian is the name, and then we can type in his number. There is his contact number, and then for the age we can give him about, or we can just leave the age. We don't know his age, let's assume we don't know his age, so close bracket, semicolon. There we go. So we have an error because we didn't fill in his age. So seems like I'll just repeat the whole sentence again. Sorry for that. So let's fill in his age. His age. So comma. Let's give his age. Let's say 22. There we go. Yeah. Now we have filled in his details. So we can check select asterisk from students. There we go. We have our second student. Now we can fill in that. We can give another student. Yeah, we can fill in the that, but don't think that will be necessary. So we have created, we have filled in data. Now I want to show you how to update data in a table. Maybe the student called Ian, his age is not 22, his age is 19. So if you want to change that data, you just come here, type update students, the name of the table, set age equals to 19. You can see where, sorry, where name, set age to 19. Sorry, my age had a capital A. Sorry, age. There it is. set, let me just repeat it all. Update students, the name of the table. Set age equals to 19, where name is equals to Ian. There we go. Then the semicolon. Now where name is set age to 19, where name is equals to Ian. Now I know where our error is coming from. So remember what I told you about the if it's a character, it should have the quotation marks. So that is the problem. So let's just repeat it. Update, sorry for that. Update students, set the age equals to 19, where name equals to quotation Ian. That was the error. So semicolon, and there we go. Now we can check. Select asterisk from students. Yeah, as you can see, the age of our student here is 19. So if you want to delete data in a table base, in a database, sorry, if you want to delete data, just come here, type delete from student, our table name, from students, where delete from students where age, maybe the age, yeah, where age equals to 19. There we go. Now we can check. Select from students. You can see where the age was 19, that was Ian. He no longer exists. We have deleted him. So for this and many more, continue watching my videos. I hope this will help you. This was for beginners. I'll give in some more tutorials in the next video. So please subscribe to my channel. And that's all for today. Until next time, love you guys.